Good afternoon, Like Zero here, bringing another World of Warship news. This time here, we're bringing you information about the High School Musical fleet, and also another Q&A has come out. So here we go.
I'm gonna have to rain down a godly fucking firestorm on you.
As you can see, right now we're looking at the first new ship of the High School Musical fleet, and as a Harris Kazi, and as you can see, she is a destroyer, going to be a Class 8 destroyer. As you can see the stats, she's going to have, again, this is a little bit scary here, so that 35 knots, and again, now these stats are preliminary, so have that in mind. 2x4 torpedo tubes and 3x1 guns. Yeah, that's not enough guns for a destroyer of this class, but hey, you know, wargaming, they do things like this. Next up is, coming up, is the High School Musical fleet Graf Spee. She looks identical to the other Graf Spee, and in most respects, she has the same gunnery, so only thing that's different is going to be the pay scheme, but she will be giving you 100% free XP. So again, if you're grinding to one of the new ships that they're going to be doing later on, yes, there are going to be new ships that they're going to be available for free XP besides the Missouri. This will do you good. So on to the Q&A session. Now this one here is talking about the penetration mechanics for the German guns by the developer Bad Preacher. He says, let us start off with HE. The penetration is computed according to the 1/6 or the 1/4 rules, rounding to the nearest whole number. The resulting number is the armor thickness that the HE shells cannot penetrate. For example, the 152mm HE shells, you get approximately 25.334, which rounds up to 25, meaning that a 25mm shell cannot be penetrated, but a 24mm shell will be. The quarter rule for 6.6, the German rule, is different, meaning battleships and cruisers from tier 4 through 10, secondaries of 128mm and 150mm caliber, all batteries from tier 7 to tier 10, the cruiser's Rune and the Graf Spee. Now we're going to go to the AP. The penetration is computed according to the 14.3 rule without rounding. Divide the gun caliber by 14.3, and the bounce cannot occur if the resulting exceeds the thickness of the armor. Checking for the penetration accounts for impact angle, meaning normalization, and also normalized line of sight thickness of the armor applies. Consequently, even if the shell did not bounce, it may fail to penetrate the armor. Now, when they talk about the normalization and the line of sight thickness, they're talking about the armor slope 60 degrees back from the vertical that's presented to the projectile. Meaning that the angle, if it's greater than 6 degree slopes, will basically do no damage. Next up, we have the battleships and radar. Now the question is, why do the Royal Navy battleships have radar? Again, I didn't include this in the last Q&A because I didn't have confirmation that they were going to have radar, or if they were going to have it, which ships and everything else like that. So here's the information on that. It completely removes teams aspects of counter DT and renders cruisers obsolete. Now here's the answers for the developer. The developer says, I cannot answer your question because at the moment there's absolutely no confirmation, even inside the dev team, that the Royal Navy battleships will have radar. Testing of any kind of loadouts, internal or in super test stage, does not promise anything. Honestly, I do not think the loadout will make it into production, but we will have to see how it balances as the line goes. Meaning that if they think it's too weak of the ships, radar will be included, and if they think it's too strong, radar will not be included. So therefore, we have no idea at this stage. But I would guess that some of the ships will have radar. Which ships those will be, we'll have to wait and see. Next question. Again, the next question, again, someone asked the same question about radar, just in a different way. And the answer to that is, if radar will be needed on those ships, gameplay-wise, balanced with other aspect factors, BB population will be counted more by other stuff. These ships are not even in production yet, so there's nothing to discuss really. Again, so it's just another way for them to say, we will go balance the ships by radar if we feel like it. Next section.
Don't forget to hit the like button and to subscribe to my videos to stay up to date with the latest happenings.
Coming ranked. It says it's been pretty much been confirmed that the next ranked season is going to be tier 6. And the answer is, the official solid confirmation is the official announcement. This sounds formal, but that's not how it always works on the forum. On the RU forums, we have talked about the highest possibility that it's going to be a tier 6 ranked. I cannot safely repeat it here. It is our strongest opinion right now, but I'm pretty sure it will remain. Unfortunately, I cannot say official before the announcer. I hope you understand. Next question is, who came up with the classic elements or the Hunt for the Bismarck event? And the answer to that one is that developers in St. Petersburg work together for events that are regional. Some things will, like the classic elements and the Bismarcks, there will be no explanations about where they actually came from. Each developers are thinking about it on a regional basis and will be good for all the regions. There will be another event coming up that's going to be part of the Dunkirk mission, and it's going to be Operation Dynamo. That's going to be a tie-in to the movie. Yes, you heard it here, that there's going to be another event called Dunkirk Evacuation. That's going to be a tie-in to the movie. And the next question is, can they extend the Bismarck campaign for players? And unfortunately, they said no, they can't do that. And actually, and widely, as people have already noted, and we're a little bit sore about that, it was actually shortened by 2 hours because the update was pushed 2 hours ahead of time. So people actually lost out of 2 hours getting the event done. So unfortunately, Wargaming, at their pleasure, decided they're going to shorten it. Next question is, are ARP ships, are they going to be doing more of those in the future? And basically, RP is closed right now due to the contract, and legally we cannot distribute them right now. High School Musical Fleet is in development, and thank you for the patience. This question has been asked and answered about 100 times already, and I don't think they're ever going to do another ARP ship collaboration, because High School Musical and ARP are exact opposites, and these companies do not like each other. So when you switched over from one to the other, you basically pissed the other company off. So yeah, you're probably going to never see those ships again. All right, next question is, in the last Q&A, people asked about the Indianapolis and the concealment rate, and also a buff for the Low Yang. And the answer to that question is, the Low Yang needed some love, as detailed research showed. For the Indianapolis, for now, they don't see any arguments for any buff. They will look at it after a couple of updates to see if there's any changes that's needed, but right now, it looks like it's in a good place. Next question up is, how will the Belfast be balanced? They're asking for something to be removed to balance the ship, and the answer is, this is a very strong scenario right now with the right application, and we're fine with it, meaning that no changes or tweaks are going to happen to the Belfast. They see no reason to do that, especially since it's a paid ship. Next question is, intended feature of the Kaguya. Will it be equal tier to BBs, or what changes will be made to the strike package for it? The answer is no, there will be no changes to such features, her squishy planes, or her balancing factor. Next up is regarding the hood. Why do her shells have a different penetration than the Warspikes? And the answer they're giving is that they have different shells. The hood has better angles and better useful super fuse setup, so the answer is for better balance. Alright, well, we're going to cut this Q&A short right here. There's lots more to bring you, but we'll bring you that on the next time, so this one won't be a super long episode. So this is Like Azure saying more out. Have fun. We'll catch you in the next one.